Hi everyone, today I'm going to be making a recipe from our freezer meal workshop for January 2023. I'm going to be posting it in that workshop, but I'm also going to be using it in my parties just to show you how easy these freezer meal workshops are. And if you're new to freezer meal workshops, welcome. Glad to have you here. My name is Dina Perry and I'm a director with Pampered Chef. When you go to our freezer meal workshops, you're going to get 7 recipes. And today I'm going to be demonstrating beef stew. So let's get started. First of all, you want to find a container where you can put in your gallon bag, turn it over, and so it can hold it open. This can be anything from a small trash can that you have around that maybe you put in your extras when you're cutting up vegetables and prepping. It could be, this is our classic batter bowl, it could be a small batter bowl or any type of mixing bowl. So just do this and then turn over the edges of your gallon bag. I've already added our beef stew mixture, which was about 2.5 pounds, and I purchased that at Aldi's, and then I just put it right into the bag. Now the next thing we're going to do is use your seasoning that you purchase with the Pampered Chef Freezer Meal Workshops. Now the only way you can get into the Freezer Meal Workshop is by purchasing the seasoning. So if that's something you're interested in, please contact your consultant or myself. Now this is the herb and onion. So we're going to open this up and we need 2 tablespoons. Okay.
In theory, we're going to open it up.
Well,
there we go.
There we go. Actually, you know what, guys? Honestly, I like to just do it
It's
this
easier
way.
to get the tablespoons
So I'm just going to do this and put in 2 tablespoons right into the bag. There we go. All right. And I used our, of course, our Pampered Chef measuring spoons. Come 6 to a pack, and they are fantastic for dry ingredients. And I'm going to set that aside. I do get all my stuff out ready to go before I start any recipe. That's just the way I am. And Burke likes to show you that it sits flat. So that's what
I do like that. You can pre-fill them and have them all ready to go. I like if you just unless you have a
you're ready
it's just
to
a
go.
thing you can do sometimes. Sometimes I do.
I'm definitely a recipe cook, so I am looking at my recipe. It now says to use the garlic press and add garlic, and it says that I am to use 2 cloves of fresh garlic. So here are my cloves. That one's kind of tiny, so, and we love garlic.
Yeah,
Garlic
go
for
3.
us goes in everything but dessert.
Go 3.
So we're at least gonna do, that's a tiny one too. I guess we got to do 4.
Or just 2 of the yeah.
Oh, man. Okay, there we go. All right. So using the press is a lot easier than getting the
Apparently, yes.
cloves
Today
apart.
is the struggle.
You just take it, you put it right in there. Did you notice I didn't even peel it? And then I'm just going to scrape it off with the cleaning brush that comes with it. And then I just scoop that right off. I'm going to take these. I can do the rest of them in here. I'm just going to press them all in there. And then we do it again. Okay. And there we go. Press it right in there and clean it up just like that. Now, what you use the cleaning brush for then too is the holes. You can see this matches up, so you just can clean out the holes using the cleaning brush. All right, so then we're gonna set that aside. And then we did that, and we're also gonna add olive oil. So this is our oil and vinegar dispenser. Now what's cool about this, you guys, is that it has measurements here that are in milliliters, but also in teaspoons. So I know that 3 teaspoons equals 1 tablespoon, and we're to use 2 tablespoons. So I'm going to squeeze it 3 times. That gets me to my fill line. I'm going to go ahead and add it. That's 1 tablespoon. Then I'm going to see how it's empty now. Then I'm going to squeeze it. This is like my newest, favoriteest toy. I love it. All right, and add that in there as well. That's extra virgin olive oil right there. All right, so then we're going to onion. I have a red onion here. So we're going to, you can obviously dice this up on your own, but I have our manual food processor. I call him Manuel. This is able to be used by a right-handed or a left-handed person. know that I'm right-handed, so I use it this way, but if you're left-handed, you just turn it around. All of our things are meant to be used either by a left or a right-handed person. This top part, when you go to wash it, is not immersible, so we just leave the tag right on there. I don't think you can do that, Burke.
Yep, you're right. I can't. Just felt like I could, but then I realized that's silly.
Yeah.
That's not working.
And then we're just going to go ahead and put this nicely diced onion right in here. No tears, because none of it came.
You want your rib scraper there?
I'm good though.
Okay.
There is a mini scraper that comes along, or doesn't come along, but you can purchase to go with this, and it goes right into the ribs of the manual food processor and takes everything out nice and clean. But it was on the other side of the kitchen right this minute, so we're using this scraper instead. All right. Then I just get all of that out of there. Don't want to waste anything. Produce is so expensive these days, right, everybody? So I just want to do that. Okay, then I put the blades back in. You can see it has 3 blades, so you're going to get a nice dice or cut. And how finely you dice or cut your produce or whatever it is you put in here is going to depend on
how long you grow
how
it.
long you do
And the
it.
consistency of the item.
All right, so that's our onion. And yes, my eyes are watering a little bit. So now we're going to add in some celery. It calls for 3 stalks of celery, and it says 1 inch. So what I want to show you is with our flexible cutting mats, which I love, you just can put your, if you have trouble, like what's an inch, you can just actually use, I'm using the color-coded Santoku knife, and you can actually just measure out your inches right here, or you can do centimeters as well. So that's our 3 pieces of celery. And then we have carrots, baby carrots. I've already got them ready and cut up. I don't they're already, baby carrots, when you purchase them, they're already good to go. So I just put them in like that. And then we are going to use a can of diced tomatoes. Burke and I love these fire roasted tomatoes, and you can see it as a pop top on here. You can use the smooth edge can opener and just get underneath there and pop the top if you like, but I don't like to do that because then it does score and cut your scrapers when you're using them. So you can go ahead and use your smooth edge can opener. Now a lot of people have trouble using this, but you just set it right on there. Don't try to finagle it in any way. Once you feel it give, you go back a quarter turn. Then you're going to use your little pinchers. We're going to pull it up, pull it out. We're going to pour. I just want to make sure. Yep.
Can't hurt.
Put it all in.
Can't hurt.
And once again, it's smooth edged because the can opener, so you're not going to cut yourself. And if you want to get every last little bit or anything stuck in the can, you can just get right in there and not worry about hurting your scrapers or the littles reaching up and cutting themselves. Great tool. Love our smooth edge can opener. Okay, now we've got that in there, and now we need beef broth, and we buy ours in boxes, which was 32 ounces. This says that we need 1 can of 14 ounces, so we just went ahead and measured out about 2 cups, and that will be about right. You want to make sure that if you have any leftover broth of any kind, that you put a date on it, because the broth will go bad in 7 to 10 days. So you don't want it to stick around in the fridge for too long, because then it will start to grow bad things. So mark it either with the day you used it, or I like to say expires, and then I put the date. So count 7 to 10 days from there. Okay, so we've got the beef broth in here, and now the brown gravy mix. We just, oh, that's what it says exactly, Burke. It says
brown?
1 packet brown gravy mix.
Oh, I read it as beef. That's funny. Okay.
Burke was saying that he couldn't find any beef mix. Well, maybe that's why.
There's a reason. There isn't. One of the things, yeah.
So we just dump that in there. Okay. I love this recipe already. Can you smell it, Burke? It smells so good. Now I'm going to,
Yes.
now I'm gonna just kind of leave a little bit of air in there because I like to mix it up a bit. Now, when you go to freeze it, what we're going to do is we're going to push out as much air as possible.
Yeah. Tricky one to get super flat just because there's a lot of stuff in there.
Yeah, but we're going to give it a good shot.
Yeah, get it as
And
flat as
then-
you can.
There, you make it as flat as you possibly can. Actually, it's real good. There's no air. And then you're going to want to take a second freezer meal bag, open it up, and just put this inside of it. And this is to prevent freezer burns.
There's a gallon bag, right?
So these are gallon bags. Might need your...
It's a Portland one. You got him?
Yeah,
You got him.
it. Yep.
Good job.
So I like to make sure it's setting up straight there.
How can I assist?
Yeah, you're good.
Okay, you got it.
Just have to finagle it a little. Finagle seems to be the word of the day.
There it is. Good word.
So, there we go. And then we're going to just, once again, seal that up. And then you can write on the outside of it what the, actually, I'm sorry, take your recipe. I like to do this, fold it in half, and then put it right inside between the first and second bag. So that you know what you
It
have.
usually works. They may have to fold this one in quarters.
You might.
It's a pretty
There you go.
beefy recipe.
There you go. There you go.
yeah, okay.
The beefy recipe, is that what you said?
I did.
Oh, he's full of them, folks.
I'm full of something.
He's here all day.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so then it's right there, and then your directions for cooking day are basically that you want to get it out of the freezer about 1 to 2 days before and let it thaw in the refrigerator. Okay, and then you're going to put it right into your rock crock or crock pot to use. Now we're going to use our Dutch oven rock crock. The properties of this is that you can use this in the refrigerator, freezer, the microwave, the stove top. You can use it in the oven, under the broiler, put it in the dishwasher, use it on the grill, and it turns it into a crock pot when you use it on our slow cooker stand. These are just newly revamped, and you can see that you can do low, high, warm, and display off. Okay, and then you can cancel here, and you can even set your time and temp. So this is an outstanding upgrade from the slow cooker stand. The handles are underneath. The outside of it, in my experience, is not as hot as the last one, and the cord wraps up underneath of it. So it's just some great new upgrades to the slow cooker stand for your everyday or Dutch oven rock crock. I think that's about it.
I think after your time goes up, it defaults to warm too, doesn't it?
It does default to warm, yes.
Okay.
When your time comes up. And they do cook fast. These rock crocks do cook fast. So your times, play around with yours, but we have found that we can cut down the time. I don't think it's going to be quite that much with the new.
Third? Oh.
Yeah. Just you use your own discretion with how you cook it.
Yes,
because
do that.
Do that. And help from behind the camera there.
Hey!
So, do that, okay?
Yeah, do that.
All right. Well, this is Dina signing off. I hope that this has been helpful, and I hope that if you haven't tried a freezer meal workshop yet, that this has inspired you to give it a try. And look forward to working with you. And for those of you watching on the freezer meal workshop, be sure and contact your consultant with any questions, or if you're interested in knowing more about any of the products that we showed here today. Hope you have a great day. Bye, everyone.